Okay, so using formulas to solve. I've given you some of the formulas. I forgot to give you perimeter of a rectangle or square is P equals 2L plus 2W, which is the same thing as saying P equals L plus W, which just means you're adding all the sides. Okay, this is perimeter of a triangle, so please don't use this if it's talking about a rectangle. Okay, so the first one says a glacier is a giant mass of rocks and ice that flows downhill like a river. Portage Glacier in Alaska is about 6 miles or 31,680 feet long and moves 400 feet per year. Icebergs are created when the front of the glacier flows into Portage Lake. How long does it take for the ice at the head beginning of the glacier to reach the lake? So we know it's moving, and knowing that we have distance equals rate times time is the formula we're going to use. D equals R times T, meaning we need to know all of these letters. Okay, so knowing that, it says how long, so we don't know time. That's what we're going to be looking for. But we do know it's moving 400 feet per year, which is our rate. That's how fast it's going. Okay, per year, feet. And then we know our total distance is this, 31,680 feet. Now, I used this number and not this number because it's feet, and my rate was feet also. So now that I know those two, I'm going to plug in what I know. I know 31680 equals 400 times t. Well, to solve for t, I have to get t alone. And how do I get rid of multiplication? We divide. So we have 31680 divided by 400, which gives us 79.2. So t equals 79.2. Now, 0.2 what? We're talking about how long. And the only time it talks about that is right here. So it is 79.2 years. Okay, so let's look at example 2. It says Charles can afford enough fencing to enclose a rectangular garden with a perimeter of 140 feet. So rectangle perimeter, P equals 2L plus 2W. So I need to know perimeter, I need to know length, and I need to know width. Those are my 3 letters, my 3 unknowns. So we know the perimeter is 140 feet because it says perimeter of 140 feet. If the width of his garden must be 30, find the length. We don't know length. So I'm going to plug in what I know. 140 equals, I don't know length, so 2L plus 2 times W, which is 30. I'm going to start simplifying, so I get 140 equals 2L plus 2 times 30 is 60. And now I'm trying to get L alone to find my length. So minus 60 gives me 80 equals 2L. Divide by 2, and I get L equals 40. Now 40 what? It's going to be 40 feet. So really just find your formula, plug in what you know. That's all and solve for what you don't. Okay? The average minimum temperature for July in Shanghai, China. Okay, I don't know what happened when I was plugging in degrees. Don't stress about that. Is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Find the equivalent temperature in degrees Celsius. Well, up there we have it. Degrees Fahrenheit equals 9/5 times degrees Celsius plus 32. So F equals, you could also use the 1.8 to make your life easier. Okay, and so my only 2 unknowns are F and C. And now it gave me 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So I know this. I don't know this. So 77 equals 1.8 C plus 32. So now I'm going to solve for C. So I'm going to get rid of my plus and minus first. And I get 77 minus 32 is 45. Divide by 1.8, divide by 1.8, and I get C equals 25. So it's going to be 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's look at the back. So it's one more. It says the length of a rectangular road sign is 2 feet less than 3 times its width. Find the dimensions of the perimeter. So we're finding perimeter of a rectangle. So again, we have P, L, and W that we don't know. So I know perimeter is 28. I know that the length is 2 feet less than 3 times the width. So than is kind of like from, and we're going to switch. So 3W minus 2, and we don't know the width at all. And we don't know what the length is technically either. So we're going to plug in what we do know. 28 equals 2 times, this is L, so 3W minus 2 plus 2W. And we're going to solve. We only have W, so we're solving for W. So this gives me 6W minus 4 plus 2W, which gives me 28 equals 8W minus 4. And now I'm solving. So add 4, and I get 32 equals 8W, divide by 8, divide by 8. I get W equals 4. So I know that my width is 4 feet. And then I need to know my length because it says find the dimensions. So I know 4 feet. And I'll find that by plugging it in. So 3 times 4 minus 2, which you can type in your calculator. And it gives me 10. So 4 feet by 10 feet are my dimensions. Okay, so that's the word problems. And now we're going to look at literal equations. Y'all, literal equations just means you're going to rearrange. Because we don't know the letters, so we're just moving things to get the letters alone. So on this first one, I am solving for L. And knowing that, I need to get rid of WH. Well, this is volume equals length times width times height. Well, how do I get rid of multiplication? We divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by WH. And the WH's cancel, and I get L equals V over WH. Okay, so now look at number 6. We're solving for T this time. It's similar, but has a plus and minus this time. So I have to get rid of your plus or minus first. So I have to get rid of this P. That's alone. And I'm going to subtract it because it was positive. A minus P equals P R T. And again, I'm getting T alone. Well, this is P times R times T. So we're going to divide everything by PR. So P and R cancel, and I get T alone. A over PR does not simplify. Minus, the P's cancel. So I have R is the denominator, and I cannot have an empty top, so I put a 1. Okay, let's look at number 7. Here we're solving for W. Drop my highlighter. Okay, so I need to get rid of my addition and subtraction first. So minus 2L, minus 2L. It's very similar to the last one. P minus 2L equals 2W. And just like the last one, we have to divide to get rid of the 2 because that's multiplying. So I have W equals P over 2 minus, well, the 2's cancel, and L is on top. You don't have to have a denominator, so you're done. Okay, last one. We're solving for C. It's going to be very, very similar to the third problem we did, except that when we used a decimal, we're going to use a fraction here. So we're going to subtract. Again, get rid of your subtraction and addition first. So minus 32 minus 32. I get F minus 32 equals 9 over 5C. So I'm going to get rid of this one piece at a time. The first piece I'm going to get rid of is the division. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. And that gives me 5F minus 160 equals 9c. And now I divide by 9, divide by 9, divide by 9. And surprisingly, neither of these simplify. So we get 5f over 9 minus 160 over 9. All right, good luck.